Welcome back, everyone, to the Spearhead cast with me and Matt. We have a 2v2 on the Western Front. Let's go through the players, shall we? We have Please Don't Flame as the Commonwealth, and we have Tomato Juice as the United States of America against Smokey as Panther Tactics for the Waffen-SS, and Arranged Karma as Strafdivision for the Wehrmacht. Or we can also see the Americans have gone for Airborne Company, an interesting choice. Whereas they're not gone for a commander yet. This map is from Company Heroes 1, the Eastern Front, but I believe I forgot the name of it. Something in Polish, which starts with an M and then river. Regardless, we have a 2v2 here, and hopefully it'll be a good one. Now, I need to remind you all again that there's a Spearhead tournament coming up on the Spearhead Discord. If you want access to it information, you can go to the Spearhead Discord itself through which there's a link to on the Spearhead Workshop page, so that should be self-explanatory. Regardless, it's gonna start the 5th of August, and by then you'll no longer hear me advertising it all the time. Anyway, let's see how this will go. Still... Oh, he's went for Grenadier Guard, okay, but he went for Hammer, okay. Interesting. Which means he doesn't get the extra man, but Airborne and Guard, that's a really good, interesting combination. Then we have a lot of staff troops on the northern flank, holy shit. That's a lot of German penal troops coming forwards. I actually think with the new change to veterancy, the penal troops can be a lot more viable, because you can later on call them in as veterans immediately. It means they get access to upgrades. But the Mongolans will mow down the penal troops in this kind of environment, I think. As we can see. So that's a lot of dead German criminals already. That's gonna suck. We have Storm Pioneers on the southern flank not doing too well against the Grenadier Guards. Storm Grenadiers are still keeping the British at bay through the use of these sandbags. Ah, we have double Storm Grenadier, okay, and a Hitler Youth squad coming in through. I suppose the Germans are defending this crossing across the Rhine or something, trying to prevent the allies from getting across. At least I can imagine, although the Rhine is not this narrow, I think, in many places. I think it's a very wide river. You guys, it's a cool little thing we have going here. So let's see what's going to happen with it. Now, the Storm Grenadiers will be able to hold very well here thanks to the cover. But Grenadier Guards are not bad. British infantry is very good. And these Hitler Youth will definitely not be able to stand up to them in the long run with heavy cover-to-cover fighting. These Sappers, I don't think it's going to last for long, though. Now, the staff troops have not done well, but the staff troops are kind of just meant to be cheap fodder infantry you can throw in if you play a staff division. It's a very unique unit because it's essentially like a conscript for the Germans, although that would technically be the Volkssturm. But these people are very disposable, that is kind of the point. German penal troops were actually, I believe, what the Soviets got the concept of penal troops from. It was not that the Germans learned penal troops from the Soviets. I think it's actually that the Soviets learned penal troops from the Germans, but that's another story. Looks like there's going to be a lot of fighting over the fuel here, but the Americans have already secured the northern one. The British will be able to lock down this one until the machine gun is up here. And once they can get rid of these Storm Grenadiers, I think they can capture that safely. Yeah, Smoke Grenadiers coming up to mass their retreat, I think. Yep. Or it's to buy time for the MG-34 to come up. Okay. But that might be a little bit too late because the Bren carrier is also coming around to get flanking shots. Looks like a rifle grenade is going out. Immobilizing the Bren carrier. But it still has its... Oh, the gun is actually gone. Okay. But the Vickers K has managed to... Oh, we also have some airborne squads. The 101st Airborne is coming out to support the British here. Elite units available to the United States Airborne Division. Very good units, but very costly. Hitler Youth is still trying to hold up the trench here. Meanwhile, the staff troops, I'm not sure what the staff troops are planning on doing, because the Americans have gotten this area kind of held down. Also looks like there's a medic station on this map. Actually, I believe there's several medic stations. Oh, there's also a repair area, okay. Very fascinating map setup. Now the British have been able to dig in thanks to some airborne support. Well, the Hitler Youth has been able to hold this trench, I suppose, but an MG34 is going out to support, alongside some Storm Pioneers.
Awaiting orders.
Looks like the German penal troops are trying to be pushed up here. Yeah, and he's gonna throw a steel hand grenade into the trench. That's definitely gonna give the advantage to the Germans up there. The Americans will have to relocate some troops. Like some airborne troops could probably do a really good job against them. You also have some Pathfinders in the field here, armed with the least commando carbine as a pressed rifle. I think it has the advantage of them not showing on the campaign map, and has a chance to suppress with the carbine. The staff troops are definitely not gonna last for too long. Looks like a lieutenant has been called in to try and coordinate the penal troops. And the Waffen SS is pushing up on the southern flank here. Hitler Youth and the 1st SS is pushing up hard. British Grenadier Guards are pressing there with Bren guns. Take us this point in the right way though. Grenade going into the building, that might be an incendiary. Yeah, that was an incendiary. That's not good for those British troops.
Forward elements report an infantry unit lost.
Americans have kind of secured the north again. They need to take back the fuel, munitions point though. Looks like the staff troops are taking up to the Waffenkammer. I don't see any Kampfkraft center yet from either German player. Bren gun has been given to the Hitler Youth. No, so the MG34 is trying to hold the central trench here. And Germans gonna send a forward encampment down here. That might be an exceptionally risky maneuver. That is a very risky maneuver, I think. Holy shit, they are. Okay. That's a scary one. I guess there's gonna be a lot of fighting over this little town here. Is he gonna be able for the Americans? We got the fights still going on here. Germans have kind of secured like the underside here of the river, so they're still holding the entirety of the river Riverside. Wasp going in. Oh, that's a scary one. Anti-tank rig going in. Didn't hit, but the incendiary armor piercing rounds in the MG34 scared the Bren gun away, or Bren carrier. So I think the Germans will be able to hold this point for a while at least. Still, I call that a very risky position. It's very close to the front line. Well, the staff troops are trying to push up north again, but they're fighting against the United States airborne troops now. And these airborne troops should make quick work of them out in the open. Even in cover-to-cover fighting, because this is an assault scene. They just haven't been armed with specialized equipment yet. Oh, we have some penal troops moving into the building here. Grenade going in though. Yeah, but I'm starting to take losses though. But this one squad will become really powerful if done correctly. Looks like the AT gun has been decrewed. Here's Weissman flanking. Kettenhunde has been called in. The German military police. Flamethrower half-track as well. Oh god, that is a very lethal thing, especially with the AT gun gone. And the Americans feel it coming, so they're retreating immediately. Oh, and they got mowed down by the Kettenhunde. Oh, that's not good. Well, the British are slowly pushing the Waffen SS back. It's going a lot back and forth down here. Good to see.
Ready to roll.
Universal carrier pushing up now with the flamethrower. And I think the Wasp might be a little bit underpowered in all honesty. It didn't really do much in that flame burst. And there goes. Pack took care of it. Millspawn going into the church. Riverside back in it.
Carrier has been knocked out.
Okay, well, it looks like the Kettenhunde are slowly expanding upwards. Straftuppen and the flamethrower truck is heading southwards. That is a very painful thing because I think the British and Americans are lacking stuff to fight it off. Because it's being set up quickly, it's probably going to be all... Oh, they don't have enough for armor piercing shells. They're loading it up, but it might be too late. Yeah, because they're getting flamed. The British have to order a full retreat.
The gun is not crude, not anymore.
Well, that opening is allowing the American troops to move northwards again. Apparently, if you play as the US Airborne, the normal rifling is actually the Thompson 20 round version. Basically the basic Thompson version we normally see modeled in the game.
Get ready, guys.
Big AT gun here for the Americans, a 3-inch. A2 Sherman coming out too. Flamethrower half-track is just murdering everything. Oh yeah, the British are suffering for it. Tank on the section is coming out though. Command half-track for the 1st SS. I guess that was the opening the Germans needed to buy themselves some time. We have more Straftuppen coming in. A very cheap alternative for normal troops. Ah, we do have the Kampfkraft Center now. The question is if they're gonna get the infantry upgrade though. That's getting free veterancy on your... well, not free, but basically a lot of extra veterancy for your penal troops. That's not bad. Oh, that's a lot of British troops. Looks like we're gonna have a lot of house-to-house fighting here. The British should do good in that with the Bren guns, but there are Germans on other flanks too. That SS troop is not gonna do well though. I think they might die. Yeah, they're gone. Hitler, you seem to be dead too. So the SS is lacking in infantry. Might be time to start investing in the first SS Panzer Grenadiers. They have the resources, that is. Tank Hunter got the Piat and actually hits. Very impressive. But the Untersturmführer is still alive, but I think he might not live for long. It's gonna call an artillery strike though. Lieutenant leading the British forces forward. A2 now for the Americans. That's definitely gonna allow them to push on this side. Because here's the problem about playing with the penal troops. They have no anti-tank weapons. They can lay mines though, which was actually a task they were often given. Looks like the lieutenant's being armed with Sten guns. Tank is pulling back. Fire for effect artillery being provided for the Untersturmführer, not a bad one. But with a Sherman on the northern flank here, I think the Germans might be in trouble. We do have some SS Panzer Grenadiers coming in, already being armed with Sturmgewehrs. Yeah, and the Straftrupps are gonna have a hard time against the German. They have called in some Panzerjägers though. Squad armed with a Panzerschreck. Very powerful anti-tank squad, but they need to be utilized correctly. Generally in cover for ambushes. Just pushing out in the open with them will generally get them killed. They are only a 3-man squad after all. And the penal troops will not do too well here. There's just too much fire coming in on them. As that's a 50 cal and 2 30 cals on top of the Sherman as well. The Kettenhunde are very accurate though. They can get a lot of kills very fast, as you can see. And he's actually armed them with Sturmgewehrs. That's gonna make them exceptionally good at aiming. Or killing things. Panzerjäger flanking! That's how you're meant to use them. Oh, good shot, but it did not destroy the Sherman. Oh, they got him. Oh, the SS is still holding the town. With some first SS Panzer Grenadiers, they should definitely be able to fight a lot better. The first SS should not be underestimated. These are very powerful Panzer Grenadier unit. Especially if you arm them with the double Sturmgewehrs. I think in this kind of environment though, I would probably personally have been armed them with the 4 MP40s. It's more economic and it will still make them really good at medium to close range. Especially in these ranges here. Oh yeah, you don't want to lose. Oh, they lost them. Oh, that's expensive. First, this is not cheap. Looks like infantry veterancy upgrade is coming up for the Wehrmacht. No Kampfkraft Center for the Waffen yet. Valentine in the town now. Some shot that missed. Thunderstormfeuer pushing forward using the Firefly effect.
Armor here.
M10 tank destroyer for the Americans. Because the Americans are gearing up for any kind of eventuality they might face. Looks at the airborne are behind with a bazooka and a Panzerschreck from the down Panzerjäger. That's a very good squad then for the tank duty. So the Valentine is gonna get out of there.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
The SS is really lacking in troops, so it looks like the Straftroops are being used to lay mines. Very good. That's kind of what you also used them for. As I said, they were actually utilized to lay mines a lot, especially on the battlefield, or actually literally on the front line, where the Germans were retreating. The penal troops would be sent in to lay mines to cover for the rest of the German troops retreating. So the Germans are going to head southwards with some American support for the British. Looking at the British probably need it. We have another Panzer score coming. Oh, very good shot there. Smoking the front line to give the riflemen time to move up. Very good use of the Sherman. It's a very good support tank, actually. There might be an AT gun group. If the British would stop up, but no, there's an MG-34 covering them. Although I still think the tank gun crew's dead, yep. Sherman's moving back to for repairs, I assume. Staff troops led by the Lieutenant is moving forward here with pack supports. That's a lot of rifles, and he's ordering some kind of attack. The airborne are not being armed for infantry duty. It's not going to be easy for them. This re-echelon down here might be in trouble. Yeah, Wolverine has to pull back. Very aggressive push here from the Straftroopen. Pushed in to buy Germany some time. It is a way to use them, I will definitely say that, because they are cheap. And it looks like the Waffen-SS is moving into the town again. The Panzergrenadiers have been armed entirely with Sturmgewehrs. Sturmgewehr 44s and Sturmgewehr 44s with scopes. But that's a very potent squad. Airborne Lieutenant is not gonna last long here, I think. Yeah, he's down.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Looks like the Allies are in trouble.
Ready. Get ready for action, gang.
Sherman is still operational, but a good pack shot will end it.
Ready. Go ahead. Tank gun.
Main gun is down, but it's still alive. So we have a heavy mortar for the British. The 4.2 inch. I think that's only available to guard an artillery, I believe. Very powerful artillery piece. With a Pete going into the building. Yeah, Germans evacuated it. Good to see. They did lose one guy though. Not gonna be easy for the Americans to move up here. Actually, most of the Germans have pulled back, so I think the Americans are safe to pull back here.
An officer is awaiting orders.
That are Kettenhunde called in on the battlefields. Need to be evacuated to 2 to get the Sturmgewehrs. Which is another thing that this thing is really good for, because if you can afford it, you can just basically give all your troops veterancy on the battlefield, which is surprisingly useful, by the way. Very good change. And a heavy mortar. Oh, we have some Irish Guards coming in for the British. I believe assault infantry.
An infantry section of
Very good choice for the kind of environment down there in the town. They can man with Thompsons and flamethrowers and Sten guns, all kinds of good weapons for just close quarters combat. And this area does seem very close quarters combat heavy. Looks like the Panzergrenadiers are waiting behind ambush. They want to get rid of that Valentine. But moving out in the open like that, that's not going to work for them. Good shot from the pack though, but it's going to die. But one Valentine is down. Meanwhile, the Stuk has arrived at the Straftrupps. It's going to contest the American tank superiority in the moment. The Stuk is never a bad choice in my book. It's cheaper and more economical than the Panzer IV and might actually have better frontal armor. Sure, it doesn't have a turret, but generally you don't need a turret all the time if you just position it well and support it well. That command half track might be in trouble. There's a Valentine coming its way. Yeah, and that command half track is definitely in trouble.
Half track smashed. No survivors.
So we have 2 abandoned half tracks on the fields. Huh. And we do have the Irish Guard here in the trench, being armed with some Thompsons. The good old Tommy gun. Panzergrenadiers are moving for the Valentine again. But it's very hard angle to get at that. Heavy mortars just bombing the area around the church. Straftrupps are holding up this little farm and trench line. But US air superiority is coming in. Strafe Fury with 50 cals. The Straftrupps are veteran enough to start being armed with LMG 34s, which will definitely increase their combat, their combat fire abilities or something. Something that aspect. I think the Panzergrenadiers will win against the Irish Guards in this kind of situation. Heavy cover to heavy cover at this range. And the Sturmgewehrs will win out. And the Irish Guards are very expensive, you don't want to just lose them like that. Second Irish Guard coming in though. SS has lost a lot of their troops though. Fight is going very intense up here in the north. But the Straftrupps are still holding on. The LMG-34s will definitely help them in this aspect. You can argue with the varieties of even minesweepers actually. It's a very versatile little unit if you can get the veterancy. Oh, those Panzergrenadiers will kill these Irish Guard out in the open. Explosives are coming in for the Valentine. Didn't hit though. Other Panzergrenadiers moving to flank. Panzerfausting the Valentine. Now they could probably support each other and push up. There's a British sniper on the field, but I think he might be a little bit too late. And they are cutting down all the tank hunters down here. The sniper did get a kill there.
Squad knocked out.
But I think the Panzergrenadiers will be able to take out the sniper. Yeah, he's pushing him. And there the sniper goes. It's not looking good for the British. We also have a Tiger tank coming in for the SS. The Straftrupps are still holding this farm up here. This farm and trench line. Packhouse in for the American Airborne. A good light and fairly moderate artillery piece. Very accurate and very powerful though, considering. Looks like artillery is going in. Panzergrenadiers are trying to set up a defense around this destroyed Valentine. Using their Sturmgewehrs to the advantage, they will cut down the Irish in the open. It's quite hard to push into Panzergrenadiers in the heavy cover alongside a lot of Sturmgewehrs. I believe the actual statistics of that units armed with the Sturmgewehr actually had their, what's it called, the kill counts increased by 300%, which is an absolutely nuts statistic. Looks like the US Air Force is coming in again. Tiger tank has arrived though to support the German defense. Telemines have been prepared. Kettenhund is moving into the building with a grenade. Oh god. Kettenhund is down. That's a very expensive loss. Sherman will die if it runs over that tiller mine. Very good use of the penal tools to get the mine set up.
We just lost a medium tank.
But there's the Tiger tank now. And the Germans have set up a very high position here. Oh, Packhauser is doing direct fire. Kettenhund is trying to use this barn again. He's probably using the ability to infiltrate them on the battlefield. 50 cals going into straight the barn. I think the Germans might want to invest in some anti-air weaponry. But a Tiger tank will definitely be a problem for this little Cromwell for the British, right? So I don't think the British Guard has enough to stop this. Even a 48 secure has been set up here in this nearly destroyed barn. That might be a little bit risky, but I suppose with a Tiger it would probably work out. And now the Tiger tank is threatening the Allies' base, or at least the British base. The American has to start acting fast. Meanwhile, the staff troops are pushing up heavily. Using the LMG 42s now to their advantage. LMG 34s, I mean. Packhauser trying to direct shots. Kettenhund is taken out. More fire for effect going in. The British base is in peril though. The British have called in a 7-pounder though.
The headquarters are under fire.
Tiger tank has to be very careful with its movements, I think. Looks like the Americans have picked up a pack too. Not sure what the Staff Division's next weapon is. But the Staff Tokens have been armed. Airborne officers are fighting directly at the front, but airborne officers are very small squads. Very elite though, you actually want them to have them near the front because of the bonuses they give. Also, the airborne get very frequent air support weaponry they can call in, so that's obviously a thing too.
M10 ready for action.
Oh, the Tiger's going through the southern road. Oh, good shot there from the 7-pounder. I think that's a 7-pounder. Yeah, 7-pounder. But high explosive will instantly destroy it.
HQ is under attack.
Cromwell's in trouble. The Irish are being way too brave here. They don't think they can do much. He's giving a Sturmpine here support in the back. Santos have secured the barn again.
Rifle squad ready for action.
I think the American might want to invest in Shermans rather than M10s. The M10s aren't going to do much against just purely infantry.
HQ is under attack.
Well, the Tiger tank will keep threatening the base. Another 7-pounder in.
We're losing a capture point.
That's a 48 coming in too. But it's gonna lose one base building though.
Be ready. Good hit. Stand ready. Stand ready. These dogs die quickly.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
And another German squad down. The staff troops are taking losses. The staff troops have done a lot for being how cheap they are. That's very economical actually. Explosive on the M10, going for the lieutenant or lieutenant. Rumba is coming out though, so heavy infantry gun.
Fresh grenadier squad.
Panzer IV Chase move to flank the M10. Oh, it did not penetrate. LMG-34 has been armed by the American rifleman here. M10's going in for a hunt. One shot. There it goes. Double into this, a lot of rapid anti-tank firepower right there. That's 2 3-inch guns very fast. But the M10 lacks in anti-infantry capabilities. It does make up for in rate of fire. Its turret turns very slowly though, but now there's a Stupa on the field. I think this thing will be a definite threat to anything it faces currently. Because he doesn't have to fear anything with the M10s against the penal troops because they have no anti-tank weapons. Stupa is firing. Immobilizing one M10. Leaving it very vulnerable. Second one immobilized. That's gonna leave them easy for the Tiger to deal with. Oh, now they can actually also be hit by the satchel charge that the penal troops have. But it looks like the Tiger's gonna go in for the kills. I think that little combined action might have been the end for the Allies here. Yeah, it's not looking too good for the Allies. Oh, we also have some stormtroopers present. Very interesting.
Crew ready. Knock it off. We coming up on the flank. Prepare to execute. Fire away.
This is trying to take up, probably to try and get a Churchill.
Infantry squad trained and ready to go.
The Tiger's gonna go in for the kill now. They're gonna end the Allies. Yeah, stormtroopers are just mowing down everything. And the Stupa opens fire.
Regiment advises. Infantry ready to utilize breakthrough tactics. All complete. Send orders.
Oh, and the Stupa is just killing all the infantry. And it looks like at that the Allies have pulled back. Guess the Germans managed to hold this crossing. Very interesting, very good little match. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next one, everyone. Bye bye.